Hello, everyone. I'm Gloria Mendoza, Mayor of the City of Grandview, and I'm here with our Chief of Police, Cal Fuller. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Good. So, as you know, we are here to talk about this new proclamation that the governor just released. And so, I think it's important that we educate the community about this proclamation. So, I'm going to just read a portion of the proclamation, and then I would like for you to talk about, from a chief of police standpoint, what you think this proclamation means to the city of Grandview. So, the proclamation by the governor was issued February 29, 2020. Governor Inslee issued this proclamation as a state of emergency for all counties throughout the state of Washington as a result of the coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 outbreak in the United States and confirmed person-to-person spread of COVID-19 in Washington state. Whereas the threat of COVID-19 to our most vulnerable populations remains significant, especially for those receiving long-term care services in their homes and congregate settings such as long-term care facilities. And as of June 2020, Yakima County has the highest rate of COVID-19 per capita in the Western United States. So, Chief, what can you tell us about this proclamation and what it means for the residents of the city of Grandview?
Well, from the law enforcement standpoint, it's very interesting. These are some trying times, unprecedented times in our history. I've never seen this before here in Grandview. But law enforcement takes a double role in this: education and encouragement. Education is a proclamation like this comes out. Everybody should take the time to read that, understand what it has to say. And the encouragement standpoint is we're encouraging everybody to follow this proclamation. Law enforcement, mayors, city people, we're not the experts on this. The county health department and the CDC are the experts on this. So a proclamation like this should point people to go to those experts, finds out why this is necessary, and then we can do what we can to help encourage that to take place.
Absolutely. But we are seeing that the numbers continue to increase. And so from the city of Grandview, we of course highly encourage our residents to start taking this very seriously as they go out into the community and also as they gather, because I know there's a lot of gatherings that are taking place where you think that because you're around family, it's safe. However, you're not, sure where those relatives have been. So we really think that it's very important that we take it serious, not only as we're going out shopping, and as we mentioned, we come back to our homes where we have children in the home, we have elderly people who are most vulnerable. You might be healthy and strong, but those people that are at home protecting themselves are the ones that are going to, pay the consequence. And so that's one of the things that is very alarming. How about what have you seen that it's done to our business community, Chief?
You can drive down through the middle of town and you can see some of the effects that this has had, and it continues to get worse. Part of this proclamation is trying to turn things around and trying to make things better. Mask use has been determined to be one of the ways that we can make things better, get everybody back to work, get the businesses opened up again, get people interacting like they should normally. So mask use is central to doing that.
Absolutely. So of course, that is the proclamation, purpose that, face coverings are necessary, when you're out in the community. But one of the things that that's really important that businesses understand is that they have a right to enforce this in their business, and that they could say, I want to make sure that I protect all the customers, so I'm going to encourage and highly, enforce, the wearing of a mask in their establishment. And so one of the things that is happening, and I know it's happening here in the city of Grandview, is that we cannot go back to business, and it's really affected our businesses economically. And so it really is concerning, from a mayor standpoint, from our city council, that it's affecting those businesses, and of course, it's going to, affect families in our community. And so we really just want to see everybody be able to go back to work. I've talked to several business owners who, a few have had to consider, just closing their business for good. And so we really want to make sure that we can get back to, to normal. And the only way we can do that is if we really take this serious. And so I have made a commitment that effective immediately, I will, and everywhere you see me, I will be wearing a mask. And so I think that it's important that we realize that if this doesn't start happening, we can't move on and move ahead. So in closing, is there anything else that you would like to add and say to our community?
Yeah, a couple things. I'd like to say, if you're a business owner, please get a copy of this proclamation. Go online, Washington State online, coronavirus, washington.gov. Take a look at it yourself. There's a lot of particulars in there that, to a business owner, if you have a restaurant, there are times when people could take off their masks to eat. It makes it very messy if you don't. Mm-hmm. But if you have a business like that, you need to find out the actual wording on some of these things. So very, very important.
Absolutely. Just one thing in closing. Also, I'm going to encourage all residents of the city of Grandview to not only take it serious here in the city, but if you go outside of the city, I know of a lot of people that are going, outside of the city to visit relatives or to go shopping because other cities are now, able to, open up. They're in a different phase. But what ends up happening is you end up, running into someone that has tested positive without you knowing. You come back into the city of Grandview, and I think it's very irresponsible for us to go and get infected with this virus outside of the city and come back into our city. So once again, we just are really encouraging all residents of the city of Grandview to take this very serious, and we look forward to this coming to an end and us going back to a regular schedule like we are used to. But we can't do that until we get past it. So Chief, I see you're wearing a nice mask. Tell me about your mask.
Yes, I am. This is a Grandview Police Department mask. It has a Grandview Police Department logo on there, and the Grandview Police Department motto is service with excellence. So we had that printed right on there. We had these printed up for all the officers so that
Wonderful.
They can have one on them. And then I always encourage them to make sure and have an extra, because
Great.
You're always needing this, and if you've laid it down somewhere, then you're stuck without it.
Absolutely. And that's a good point. We really want to, make sure that people understand that it's important that if they're using masks like mine, that they're replacing them on a regular basis. But also, I had a gentleman that, mentioned that a lot of families come in, they hang their mask, and then other, family members pick up the same mask. Very important that you keep one mask per individual, and that you are really taking care of that mask. We want to make sure that you're not sharing masks, because then that would defeat the purpose. And just as you say, you want to make sure you're very careful about where you're placing that mask once you take it off. And so we encourage you to, again, just be very careful about, using this mask and keep it in a safe place so that you're not passing it on to someone else. Thank you.